In today's video, I'm playing Pain for All in Standard. Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today, I got a really nice one for you, but before I get into the deck and talk briefly about it, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers and the old ones. We cracked 850 subscribers with my latest Mono Black Skeletons video. Thank you very much and welcome to all the new people. If you guys could continue to help me grow, I want to inch ever closer to that 1,000 mark. Please subscribe up. Also, hit that like button and more importantly, leave a comment down below. The ladder has reset, so what are you playing on the ladder now that you are back in Platinum? All right, let's get into the deck and talk about this one. This one is a Boros Aura enchantment deck, and we are playing Pain for All. When I saw this deck online, I'm like, oh my god, somebody finally figured out a place for Pain for All. We have to try it out, because actually, just moments before I saw this, I was complaining about this card. You're just gonna get 2 for 1 to an opponent, to a friend of mine. But this card is sweet and actually works pretty well in this deck. This says, enchant creature you control. When this aura enters, enchanted creature deals damage equal to its power to any target. That's mostly the line of text that we want. It does have a secondary line of text that says whenever enchanted creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to each opponent, so it's pretty good when you're attacking in. But most importantly, we want to end games with this one. And well, how are we ending games? We're just making big Boros creatures. I'm not going to talk about everything in the deck because whatever, it's an Auras deck, but let's jump over some of the cards real quickly. Of course, we're playing Optimistic Scavenger. It's going to grow everything whenever enchantments enter the battlefield. Emberheart Challenger and Slickshot Show Off are both going to be growing because they have prowess or pseudo prowess in the case of the show off. And then we have 3 copies of Kellen the Fade-Blooded. This one is going to have a double purpose. Birthright Boon is going to go and get our auras, and then it is a double striking creature on its own. The rest of the deck is filled up with ways of protecting our stuff, removing their stuff, making our stuff bigger, doing double duty, all that good stuff. And then the only card that's maybe a little bit questionable in the deck right now is the Armored Armadillo. Now, there's a little bit of flexibility with this slot. Originally, this was the Red Lizard, who, of course, I'm going to immediately forget what its name is. Hired Claw. The problem with Hired Claw is that it is 1 red mana, and I find 1 red mana in this deck to be a little bit awkward. We're running 9 planes. We're running 4 copies of the Sunbillow Verge, which doesn't make red mana when it comes out on turn 1, and so I found the Hired Claw just to be a little bit awkward. So I've been experimenting with white 1 CMC creatures, and really there are 2 that are in the race, not mice, mouse. Either it's going to be the Armored Armadillo, which is in the deck, or the Cheeky House Mouse. I actually don't mind the idea of the Cheeky House Mouse because it does give us 1 more sorcery that we can play out for the Slick Shot or the Emberheart, but it is a 2/1. I am right now trying the Armored Armadillo because it has that Ward 1. It's really good to load up with Sheltered by Ghost, for example. It can be impossible for some opponents to remove, and yeah, it just seems like a pretty good card to throw a bunch of auras onto. So we're trying out the Armadillo for now. All right, that's the deck. Let's hop into some games and see how it performs. It has been performing very well for me in my playtesting, and I shouldn't say this because I'm just jinxing myself, but I'm very hopeful that it's going to continue performing very well on the ladder. Let's see it in action. Okie dokie, let's see if this deck can actually pop off and do the cool stuff. This deck, super sweet. It has problems though, and so I guess it's time to address some of the problems. The first problem being, this is, of course, essentially a Boggles deck. And when you are playing against, when you are playing a Boggles deck, there are certain problems that tend to happen with these style of decks. Number 1, you need to have a very good distribution of draws. You need to hit your creatures, you need to hit a good number of enchantments and auras. If that doesn't happen, boy oh boy, do things kind of just go, well, what's the right word? They go end up, I guess is the right way to say it. So we'll see. I have been playing this deck a ton on my phone while I'm out traveling around and doing stuff, and honestly it has been performing so incredibly well. That's why I've been excited to play this one. My original intention was saying something like, hey, this is the deck that I want to bring on the ladder, but unfortunately the ladder reset timing didn't really work out. We're kind of getting slammed here. I think it's probably okay to go one more attack. Let's bring them down 8. I think I can survive another attack here. It's probably fine. If they don't have interaction, then we got them on the next turn. But yeah, this deck does perform very well. That being said, I do know and recognize that there are going to be problems with this deck. One of those problems being if you draw the wrong end, if you go up against certain types of decks, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble. What do you say when somebody says lands? Dun dun dun. Okay. Well, this is a good example of the deck working out. We have 12 damage. We don't actually have to BM against the opponent here, and we just take them down. So this is kind of what it wants to do. Just run over your opponent. Like many of the decks that I play, they are seemingly brain dead, and you just kind of hope that you don't run into opponents who are playing removal.deck. Do that 6 more times. Dark Jester is our next opponent. And again, we want to face opponents who are playing limited interaction. We do have our Pain for Alls. We do have our Kellen, but we don't have anything to put stuff onto, really. So I think I have to throw that one away. This hand looking a little bit better. Now the question is going to be, do I throw away the Pain for All? Do I throw away a land and never draw a third land? What do you do? What do you do? If there was a I shouldn't put this into the world, but I'm going to put this in the world. Imagine there was a third button. And the third button said, spend 50 gems, keep all 7. Would you click that button? Oh, okay, you know what? We're gonna keep the Pain for All. And the reason I'm gonna do that is because the Emberheart Challenger is gonna survive. We're gonna have our one creature that's gonna go the distance. We draw land. Draw land is okay. I'm not brave enough against a Gruul deck to put out the Emberheart Challenger without some protection available. I have too many bad experiences with opponents having Torch the Tower or any plethora of other things that are going to remove my creature. So we'll go a little bit slow. We have the Shelter by Ghost. So the Shelter by Ghost can, in theory, help us survive. Wow, it was really a good idea to throw the land back. Okay, we made the right decision. Oh my god, you can kill the jelly beans? Did you guys know that? We also made the right decision in keeping our Emberheart Challenger alive on turn 3. We do miss out on a Sheltered by Ghost, though, so that is a bit of a disaster. Okay. They hit... Oh, I shouldn't have put out the land. Shouldn't have put out the land. This feels bad, but I'm going to do it anyways. It's an Armadillo. Okay, Armadillo is fine. Let's do that. We at least get to play it out, and that's a follow-up creature if I need to start loading something else up. But if they end up having something for the Emberheart Challenger, it does have Ward 2, so they're going to have another land. Oh, they have another land. They're going to have another Twin Bite. Oh, they have the Abrade. Ow! I guess I took the wrong one. I should have taken the Higher Claw. I didn't want to take damage there, but we did. Okay, so when you load up your creatures, this is the blowout that you kind of fear happening. You know what's a cool card, though? Armadillo. Armadillo gets in for 4. 4 damage for 4? That's okay. It's not bad. Let's slow roll the Seam Rip. And we did gain some life. Now they know about the Armadillo, though, so they might be a little cautious about letting that through again. Nope, they're sending in the clowns. Oh, okay. That's fine. I guess. Let's hit the Higher Claw, I suppose. Do I want to... okay, Armadillo. Armadillo it is. I could... I could put the Pain for All on the Armadillo, but I think I'm okay. It's not enough damage. let's get in for one. And go. Now, if we draw 2 more lands, we can pump up the Armadillo and do the Pain for All. It's so goofy. That's okay. I still believe we're gonna peel. That's fine. I don't mind the Screaming Nemesis. Oh, no, that's a lot of damage. Do we have to block something now? So what is that? 3, 6, 11, 10 damage. They have 10 damage. Attack with everything. No. Okay. Oh, there's nothing. Oh, no, it is another Pain for All. Okay, so the Armadillo is getting this. And hey, you know what? I should have removed the Emberheart Challenger. So because of putting the +1 there, I do get a little bit more damage. I can't attack in. So this turn we're gonna just hold back, but it is a pretty good blocker now. They can't really attack in with anything except for the Screaming Nemesis. Oh, they have the Abrade. So now they get to load up the little thing anyways. All right. What can you do? Oh man, come on, deck, do the cool thing. Do the cool thing. Yeah. Wouldn't have mattered. Wouldn't have mattered. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll get him in game 3. Wait, Yuri 9522 is probably the person who's giving us the opportunity to slam in with a Pain for All. Again, risking it all with the singular optimistic Scavenger, but we do have the Shardmage's Rescue this time, so we can maybe try to keep it alive. The opponent is on red once again. Hey, the Emberheart Challenger with the optimistic Scavenger is going to be pretty great. Every time we put an aura onto the field, it's going to trigger the Scavenger, which is going to let us put a +1/+1 counter on the Emberheart. They decide to go out with a Hired Claw. Okay. Do you block? Do you throw out the Shardmage's Rescue and do you block here? No. No. I want to, but I'm too afraid of a Torch the Tower, I think. Maybe I'm being cowardly, but that's where we are. So we just put out an Emberheart. It's a good blocker against the opponent this time. Maybe they try to do something. Maybe they have like an Abrade, or they have not, hopefully not a... I mean, it was just in the last game. The stupid elemental thing. Attack in. Oh, wow, they do attack. Okay. I think I'm okay with this. We might take a little bit of extra damage. Again, I think they have interaction. They don't have interaction. Maybe I'm being way too cowardly here. But the thing is, we are in... Don't play out your land before you target the Emberheart Challenger. I've taught you this. I've said this a million times. And yet, I can't help myself. Okay. Thankfully, the opponent was on a bad draw. We were going to really pop off. Ah, man, that's a shame. I think that was the game where we probably could have Pain for All. Too bad. Okie doke. If my brain is working correctly, this should be game number 4. Win, loss, win. Again, remember that advice I gave? I said I was going to put a piece of paper beside me so I could keep track of things because I'm speaking so much and confusing myself with all the nonsense. Well, I've never seen this. It doesn't, it's not, oh, there we go. I was going to say it's not animated. It's lame. Okay, what is the opponent on? This is probably just going to be artifacts. Assert dominance every single time. 0/4. Scratch their eyes out. It is a Tithing Blade. Wow. Okay. So our opponent is playing it could be a weapon manufacturing deck. That's the only place I see this. It is a Simulacrum deck. Okay. I really want like another Armadillo or an Optimistic Scavenger. That's the card that you wanted to see here. It's real good. Now, the problem is, if they have everybody's favorite Starcage Pinnacle, we're really dead. But I think this deck probably loses to Starcage Pinnacle 100% of the time. If they don't have a Starcage Pinnacle on this turn, if they have a one turn to take a break, they're dead. That's a Grim Bauble. Okay. I would have liked that card. They have a Repurposing Bay. Okay, how much damage is this? I don't care. I don't know, but I don't care. Let's get rid of the Grim Bauble. Let's get rid of the Repurposing Bay. Let's throw the Ethereal Armor. We use all of our cards to the best of their effect, and we get in for 14 damage! Okay. I mean, going first is the only reason we won there. We went first, right? I think so. Ooh. Okay. Whew. Game number 5. Okay, it's kind of working. It's working. We're not seeing the Pain for All, though. And we're seeing it, but it's not coming out. This hand looks fine. I like turn 1 Armadillo. This card, what's the opinion on this card? I mean, obviously, it's not a great card. But really, there are 3 choices. There's the Hired Claw, the Armored Dillo, or the Cheeky Mouse, the Cheeky House Mouse. Which one are we playing? I don't know. Okay, so the opponent, Bailmerking, Valgavothing. Valgavothing is real bad. You know what? Because it's a Reanimator deck, I think I'm gonna go this way. I was thinking about putting out the Optimistic Scavenger, but now that I know they're a Reanimator deck, they might have somewhat limited interaction, and maybe this Slick Shot can survive. Maybe I should have plotted the Slick Shot so that I could have gotten out next turn with the Slick Shot, the Optimist, and holding up the Shardmage. If they have... what? When this enters, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact card. During your turn, he has this card, whatever this card is, he has Death Touch. Okay. So we put out the Scavenger. Man, I could start loading things up, but I think it's probably just attack in for 1. Yeah. And hold the Shardmage. I think the Shardmage is a little bit too important. Next turn we can do some stuff and go to town. Man, Resentful. Nostalgic Necro's favorite card, if you guys don't know. Nostalgic Necro, always a good channel to go and check out on YouTube. Still a small growing channel, so go over there and help him out a little bit. It's a couple of times I've pitched that channel, and but yeah, he plays a lot of Reanimator and Resentful Revelation. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, Resentful Revelations is a card that he is awfully fond of. Okay, so we're hitting a little bit bad. I don't know if I want to put up the Shelter by Ghost now, because the Shelter by Ghost might be the only thing that's keeping me alive when a Valgavoth comes down. But at the same time, I need to start doing something. So I guess it's take the Acolyte. Let's load up the board and attack for at least a little bit of damage. Maybe I should have put that +1/+1 on the show off, because next turn, yeah, that was definitely a mistake. It should have been on the show off because we want to Pain for All next turn. We want to try to win next turn. If they have the Reanimation for this turn, then we're probably dead. Okay, good. All we want to do is dome an opponent for a bunch of damage with the Pain for All. Is that so much to ask for? Emmett. Don't care. Definitely should have put the +1/+1 on the Slick Shot. I might end up regretting that. But I think it's fine. No matter what, we have damage in the air with the triggers on the Slick Shot, with the Optimist. It's fine. It's just I think I probably could have done something a little bit cooler. All right. Well, this is the way it's going to be.
Okay. I could have done it a little bit. I could have attacked in and then got the kill with the Pain for All. It's still 9 damage, but 9 damage is not 12 damage. No, we don't need to attack in with those. Okay, cool. Hey, Pain for All, it did something. It was not necessary, but it definitely did something. Good. Okay, game number 5, good. 2 more to go. Heck yeah, Pain for All, I had fun. Okie dokie. Phillips up next, also sporting a board. I should be using this. When I was looking at what avatar to use, because I always I like using different avatars, different skins every single time for different decks. I should be changing up my lands a little bit more often as well. But I wanted a Boros theme, and kind of where I landed was with Gilgamesh, but I don't know if I have an Aurelia, actually. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Maybe that was aggressive, I don't know. But I didn't want to put out the Ember Heart. I want to do that next turn where I can hold up the Shardmage, because a Boros deck is going to have Charm, Lightning Helix. That's going to be able to zap away our poor Ember Heart Challenger. If we put this out, we can at least protect it for 1 swing. Let's see if my assumption is correct about the Lightning Helix. It is. Is it Lightning Helix? It's Lightning Helix. How do you get so good at this game that you know every single thing the opponent's going to do? Kind of still sucks because they could have just a follow-up Lightning Helix and our Ember Heart's dead. However, if the Ember Heart survives this turn, this Ethereal Armor is going to be huge. If they play out... Okay. Play out something else. No, they have interaction. Okay. Too bad. That's the risk you run. So I think it is going to be Kellen going to get a Shardmage's Rescue, and then we are going to be putting a lot of hopes and dreams on Kellen. Which, honestly, not a bad card to put all of your faith into. Kellen is kind of a boss. Going to be giving other creatures +1/+0 for each aura attached to him, which could be relevant. Our 0/4 Armadillo becoming a double striking 0/4 Armadillo is going to be awfully threatening against Philip, Mr. 739. Probably something they are not used to facing too often on the ladder at, at this rank, but maybe a 0/4 double striking. No, I guess, what am I saying? It's not going to be double striking. I'm being stupid. Kellen's double striking. If we load up the Kellen, maybe the Armadillo can get like +2, +3. The prophecy, the prophecy is coming true. We throw out the Kellen. They don't have interaction immediately. That's super good news. So we can Shardmage this turn. And if I can get the Ethereal Armors onto the Kellen, it'll be probably big enough that the opponent won't be able to remove it so easily from the field. They're not going to have any... I doubt they're playing Get Lost. There's no way they're playing Get Lost. Okay, we take 3, possibly 4 damage. I'm okay with the Hired Claw Pump here. Okay, Hired Claw Pump. Pump it up. If only they could double pump. Man, if you could double pump the Hired Claw, that'd be so cool. If they got rid of it, they should get rid of that line of text. It doesn't need to be there. Only once a turn, let us dump stuff into the Hired Claw, I say, as a red mage. Okay. 2 mana. I don't think they're going to be able to do anything with 2 mana against holding this up. So, let's just put out the Ethereal Armor. They definitely have interaction. They would need to torch the towers, I suppose. Okay, they don't. And... maybe I should have gone for lethal here. I was being cowardly. I was being too much of a coward. Yeah. Double Ethereal Armor on Kellen with a Shardmage's Rescue up. How is that not just the play, right? That was stupid. And they're pondering the Armadillo, as one should ponder the Armored Armadillo. It is a threat and a half. It is a 1/4. It is a 1/4. It's getting bigger thanks to our Kellen, the Fey-Blooded. I'm having fun this morning. I guess I'm in a good mood. Yesterday, went to a baseball game, got some sun, and our boys, they won. I should have my hat on at the very least. Maybe we'll put on the hat for Game 7. But yeah, in a good mood. It was one heck of a game. Man, they almost lost it right at the end of the game, though. Well, I got home a little bit late. It was a night game, and because of that, maybe I didn't sleep enough. That's why I'm a little bit giddy this morning. Bolt Wave from the opponent. Do they have enough damage in hand just to murder us? Okay. I'm scared. So they're going to attack in for 5 damage. They have 2 mana. If they have Bolt Wave, we're dead. If they have Bolt Wave, Shock, or the other Shock, which I'm forgetting the name of, the one that can be kicked, I kind of feel like I got to block. If they... I should have put the Ethereal Armor, double Ethereal Armor on Kellen. Now I'm putting myself in such a stupid position. Okay. Oh. Alright. And we draw very poorly, but actually it's not that bad. Because it actually gives me a couple of different angles of lethal here. So they have to block both of these now. I think we got there. They gotta block the Kellen. They only have 2 mana open. We have a Shardmage's Rescue. I think this is it. They block the Armadillo. I'm loading up the Armadillo. And there's no way they're going to have removal for Kellen. It's a 5/5. They have 2 open mana. Boros Charm to the face. GG to the opponent. Oh, that feels good. All right. Game number 7. We got the hat on. Representing the LG Twins. Let's go, boys. And opening hand looks okay. Man, the combination of Emberheart and Optimistic Scavenger is very good. We have 2 Seam Rips. If they are on that with our 3 Seam Rips, we're in trouble. Oh no. Okay, this is where the fun ends. I'm gonna go out with the Scavenger. Okay, let's start early pressure. So is this is just Azorius control, right? Oh no. Alright, well, the Slick Shot's pretty good here. We can plot it this turn. Get in for 2. And once it's plotted, it's going to be a little bit of a thorn in their side. We'll see what they end up doing. Is this? Oh, green screen. It should be good. Red and black. I think I'm fine. We got a Seam Rip coming from the opponent. And that's disaster. Okay, we do hit our land. The land is horrid. Okay, let's get back our Scavenger. Play it nice and slow. Exactly what Control wants. Nice and slow. Oh, this is so stupid. There's no way I can put out the Emberheart Challenger here, right? Why not? Perhaps I should have run it out before putting out the Seam Rip. I mean, perhaps. 100%, without question, that's what I should have done. But maybe they're going to make it irrelevant with the Get Lost. There you go. We're calling the angles. Get Lost, a little bit funnily enough, gives us 2 artifacts, and Ethereal Armor does get a little bit bigger from artifacts. So that can be kind of cool. We don't draw well. Now, I think I just want to crack the artifacts, the maps here. It's fine. Okay, we hit a land. Let's do one more. We hit a Sheltered by Ghost. I don't really want the Sheltered by Ghost, but what I will do is I will start attacking in. We'll get rid of one of these mobs. We'll put a +1/+1 counter on our Scavenger, and then let's get in for 3. The opponent is down to 3 cards. That Overlord may be a problem in the future, but we do have the Sheltered by Ghost for it. Whether or not I'd actually want to use it, I don't know. But we'll see. I think this one might be getting away. That being said, a couple of good draws off the top. If we hit an Ethereal Armor off the top, it might be just game over, actually. They have 1 open plains. That's not going to do anything for them. Fine, it's not an Ethereal Armor. But it is a pain for all, and that's kind of cool for maybe a future turn. I could Seam Rip one more time. You know what? I think that's what the play is. Wait. Wait a second. I hate the way it triggers. I always misjudge that. Is this just... Oh? This is it. I always underestimate how much damage output there comes with a slick shot into a pain for all. Yes, what a good way to end. Let's go. All right. We had a good run. Today. Let's go talk about it. Okie dokie. So, kind of performing well. You saw the power of the deck, and honestly, Pain for All came through in a couple of games. I'm very happy that it showed its face and it actually did something. It's always annoying when I throw these kind of cool cards in decks and they end up hiding at the bottom of the library, or they just don't end up having their moment. But the Pain for All, pretty cool. Is it good? Should you craft it? No, probably not. But if you do have some Pain for Alls and you want to have fun with the deck, I think this is kind of a cool little design of the deck. I wish I could credit the original creator of this deck. I did see this somewhere on the internet, but I just saw the idea and then I passed it over. But then I came, Auras plus Prowess, mix them together, that's going to work. And so I just threw the deck together. I kind of remember that they had some Kellens in there, but this is what I ended up throwing together. I think the deck kind of builds itself. There's not a whole lot of ingenuity going behind mashing together an Boros Auras and Boros Prowess deck. But we do throw in some Pain for All, and I do think it's good. Again, coming back to the poor Armadillo, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should this be the Hired Claw, even if it is a little bit awkward to put out? The Hired Claw is just a better card overall, but it is very unusual on turn one. You really need one of these 9 lands in your opening hand, and then it's not bad. You obviously want to put out either of these on turn one. I probably could get rid of the 1 mountain. The deck is a little bit heavy on mountain requirements later on, but we do have pretty good mana in Boros, so I'm not really sure in the end. Overall, I love this deck. It's pretty fun. It is frustrating to play, though. Like any Boggles deck, you will run into good variants like we did today. You also probably end up running into some bad variants. I think this is very much a B- type deck. I should kind of be making that clear when I make these videos. Don't run out and craft this one. But if you do end up crafting it, I think it's kind of fun. Probably you have your Slick Shots, you have your Ember Hearts. All these cards are commons or uncommons. Kellen, maybe a little bit of a hard craft, but honestly, Kellen's super powerful in the deck. And if you ended up opening some Pain for All in your Edge of Eternities packs, well, maybe here's a place to mess around and play with them a little bit. So ladder is resetting very soon. We're going to have some videos out. I think I'm going to be going into the ladder in Platinum on a budget deck. So look forward to that on Thursday. That's it for this one. Take care for now. Thursday? Wednesday. Your time. Whatever your time is. Later, midweek, that deck. Take care for now. Enjoy yourself. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.